Alright, cool. Now my microphone works. Shit was not working at all before. And we are going to do some Madden football. Try to, anyway. Pick some Jason Garrett. Why not?
Boy, we've just gotten started. Already these guys have been handed a really difficult decision to make.
Not really. I think we're going to go with Aaron Rodgers.
Excellent selection. Just what this team needs to maybe get him over the hump.
Limited. Well, they're all limited. That sucks.
Boy, you talk about a friendly with the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here.
Tackle, linebacker, cornerback.
And this team does have a lot of needs, but this guy is a legitimate star, and he'll make everyone around him better.
I can't decide if I want this tight end or on a right tackle. Why not?
In these middle rounds, you have to start asking yourself, do you settle for what's available now, or do you try and push your luck?
Let's see. Do I want a tight end, halfback, or wide receiver? I think I'm gonna go tight end.
Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into the starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade.
Give me another good cornerback.
Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches, or someone who can really help you out at a playmaker type spot?
Man, I hope I get somebody better than
Where
that
to
shit.
now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches, or someone who can really help you out at the playmaking type spot?
Damn, I could have got a better left end.
One thing this team's going to need is some leaders, and they've got one right here.
Right tackle. Man. Really not getting that good at picks tonight.
Still a few holes on this roster, and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. Always a tough decision, offense or defense. It's all about finding the right balance when you're putting a team together.
You think? Right in, halfback. There's old Alex Collins. Man, figures. I'm an Arkansas guy, so I gotta go with him. Just for the hell of it.
And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way.
Damn it.
Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available.
Yeah, no kidding. With that wide receiver.
One Miami
Free
Dolphin is
safety.
gone already. Now a chance for a second one to go right here.
Already got a 90 left in right sideline backer. Cool. I'm looking to get interceptions though, so.
We've seen one Detroit Lion be selected so far. Could another be far behind? Yeah, not too much analysis needed here. This is quite a get at this stage of the draft.
Definitely not getting the better team this time. Not as much as I'd hoped for anyway. Alright, so I'm going to go switch over to full screen for the game. And we'll try to win, you know.
Thank you, Larry. So the picks are in. We welcome you to this Draft Champions contest. I'm Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, ready to call the action. And let's get to it. Down to the field. It's time for kickoff.
Oh, shit. Here goes nothing.
And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the game.
So keep doing this shit.
On the pick up there, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that play on any down.
And that's complete to Jesse James. And he'll be taken down,
Tricked
but
me.
not before he gets into enemy territory.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the
All right, let's
completion.
try this shit.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Now, solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body
he's slowing him down here.
Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage, where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive play, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those guys.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, he's got
it.
He lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And that's complete to Marshall on the crossing route. A gain of 6 there on first. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
And that's the kind of pass that adds up over time, Brandon. You may not have picked up a first down there, but if you keep chipping away at it, eventually big plays may result.
And here the hookup good to Victor Cruz. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Might as well use
It's
this
a pickup
motherfucker.
for 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Time running out here on the play clock.
He got me, fucker.
And he is at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. 7 yards remaining here on 3rd down.
All right, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
Incomplete. He had his hands up, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude.
This is probably not a great idea, but I'm going to try it.
Pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Jordan Reed has it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is. First
Definitely don't want to do
10
the same
now
play
for the
again.
offensive group. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Cruz has it over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go.
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me, man? Damn, bro.
There as his guys will get the football back. And out now come the Vikings. And they got some 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move, the chances of scoring some points, I feel pretty good about it. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice.
Brown, the lone receiver left. On first down, he'll have to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Let's try again with him here on second down. And he hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On third down, he'll have to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
Awesome.
Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver, and it's fourth down.
Let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys. The offensive guys always taught, find the first down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They're able to drop in their zone coverage. Figure out where the first down line was. End up making the play. Swatting was so they couldn't get the completion.
But now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time was fake and rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone.
No escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Demontre Moore in there to sack him for a loss of 6. On second down, here's Rodgers. And Matthews has it right side. It'll pick up of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Yeah, it's not quite as bad.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. From the gun on third down, Rodgers.
Fucker.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4 down. So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. On the handoff.
Oh, he fucking got me, didn't he? I should have went for the field goal.
And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold.
He trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be
Go to a little
aggressive
lower
because
setting
I've
here.
got
The
the
shit
Wild
looks like
Bucks
shit.
backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. On second down, Peterson. And down he'll go at the 25. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he powers his way up past 30. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense.
He's definitely going to go for it.
It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So they run on 2nd down. Now let's see 3rd down brings here for the offense. They send Thomas out to the right by himself. He'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he knocks the ball
almost
away
had
and
it.
it falls incomplete. Tim Brown, the intended target. And it's 4th and 4.
They decided to air it out a little, play, take it out downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. They're going to try and throw. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. That one good for 10 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And here's play number 6. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Back to throw here. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Shift together here from the D-line. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to try and go deep again. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. Guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? In this case, they managed to get it done.
He's going to let it go again.
Are you?
He's in
What?
for the touchdown on the final play of the first half.
How's that even
the
fucking
prayer
possible?
is answered.
How did they get that done?
So they
Yeah, no
grab
shit,
the
right?
lead just before half with a clock reading 0-0-0.
How about snatching things right at the end and grabbing a little bit of control? What a great way to go into the locker room. It's similar to a boxer flowing in the last 30 seconds of a round and stealing the round. Great job.
So 1 touchdown, 1 2-point
Motherfucker.
conversion. That accounts for our first half total. 8-0 is our score. As we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return. This one is a fair catch, a signal for and taken. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this game. We're just in the second half, and we've got the football, but punch in and we'll take it from there.
Throw is Rodgers. And incomplete
Son of a
there.
gun.
Nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now Rodgers. Incomplete here third down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Didn't have time to throw
it. A loss of 5. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out.
Dude was wide open too.
Of the second half. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident.
And he will score. Touchdown. Vikings.
Son of a bitch, I'm going to lose.
Adrian Peterson taking it in from the 20. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference.
Well, he didn't get that one, so I don't know. I'm about to score, get it back, and score again.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Now it's Rodgers. Left side, caught by Matthews. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 1st down, Cowboys. On 1st down, Rodgers. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Come on.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he
got
got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He rifles it, intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I'm supposed to wait for him to cut.
The offense works their way back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan.
He's gone.
Thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see.
Adrian Peterson. Touchdown, Vikings.
Well, I'm getting my ass whooped. What can I say?
87 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
Oh, eat shit.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
I at least want to score once, for God's sakes.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked up by Quan Alexander.
Oh, my God.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but not them just taking it. Big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll drop the throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And it'll bring up third down. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on fourth.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Give him 9 on the play, and on fourth down.
Man, I just want this one to be over with.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. In the red zone this time. A toss play. This is Peterson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adrian Peterson, a dynamo since the break. 3 touchdowns. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
They go back to the air here after the INT. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Morgan Burnett.
All of a sudden I can't throw the ball.
And they have it at the 38-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Back now in Los Angeles. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
You already know it's over with. Or just ain't no way to win this one, but oh well.
Again, Peterson. And brought down.
Wow, he just fucking mowed me over.
25. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And they're going to speed things up. They run again on first down. Peterson. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. That changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the end.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right.
Well, shit.
Oswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This guy must have got all
This
good
one
players.
taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That one goes for 24 yards.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end. Take some easier completion.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he's across for the touchdown.
Finally get a touchdown.
Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They pitch it out to Peterson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive.
Let's get it over with.
A bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, giving them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Third down, it's Adrian Peterson. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. And Ron Rivera, he's going to keep the offense on the field. They're going for it.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
As a defender, I always found the slant route extremely difficult to cover unless you're able to jump on top of it early, because once he gets his hands on the ball, he's at full speed going away from you.
It all happens in the blink of an eye, doesn't it?
It really does. The timing is so important. That ball's got to be out of the hands of the quarterback.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Why even bother?
Dallas gets set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here.
Maybe next game was better. That was terrible.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Well, I don't know that we saw a blowout loss coming of this magnitude. Boy, they've got to be shaking their heads in the locker room.
Not only are they shaking their heads, the head coach looked absolutely furious leaving the field. I'm not sure this will be the best week of work for his team next week.
All right, next game. Yeah, continue. That's what I'm here for, to play football shit. We're having trouble with our shitty servers. Found me somebody that time, had to talk shit about it first. Hopefully my internet connection will be better this time.
All right, Larry, hope everyone is settled in for a great Draft Champions contest. Here, lucky to witness it. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. These guys that you see on your screen, they won't be witnessing. They will be participating in what should be an X game. Let's get down to the field. It's time for kick.
I don't like getting the ball first, but whatever. Maybe I'll get lucky and they'll suck.
Amped and ready for football, and off we go in week 2 of Draft Champions.
Let's check their run stoppability. Is that even a word?
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play.
Holy shit.
Even if somehow the quarterback
didn't even have a chance.
he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
No, he didn't fucking keep it. He didn't even get a chance to hand it off.
Throwing on second down. Left side, caught by Matthews. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Defense is going to every game talking about winning the early downs to make third down a difficult assignment for an offense. On that play, the defense accomplished its goal.
And Matthews has it right side. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to it.
I'm very surprised I caught that shit. But hey,
goes on.
I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he's a big factor in the run game. No gain.
He finds his target. It's Matthews. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing
there's going to be a couple yards there.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And Matthews over the middle with a grab. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
They'll run with Marshawn Lynch, and he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
This is Lynch.
Nothing.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Well, now playing the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
No, you gotta be fucking joking.
Before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. 3rd and goal. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Caught. It's Cruz left side.
Ah, Cruz, you fucking idiot.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. And Charles hit the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff as they take over here 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Flushed out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
That's the type of play there that puts a defense in the stress. Marcus Mariota on the run. You don't know whether he's going to take it downfield or throw the footballs we just saw there. And boy, was he accurate with that one.
And you know, the Oregon coaches offered him a scholarship without ever seeing him start again because they saw him in camp. They saw plays like that. Offered.
He didn't start very much in high school, but he started a lot once he got to Oregon.
No gain on the play there. Second down. Crashing in from the end there, not to disrupt the pass game, but to disrupt the run game.
Yeah, I love the distinction, too, because the good defensive ends, they can do it all. Set the edge game, make sure that no one can move it that way, and, of course, rush the passer. On that play, use the speed to get there in the run game.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
On third down, Mariota caught left side by Hilton. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here's a give to Lynch.
Yes, stop that
the wrong
motherfucker.
way, losing yardage back at the 42. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
I'm really surprised they went for that shit. I mean, well, I'm not surprised they went for it. I'm surprised they didn't get it.
On first down, Rodgers. And this is caught. First catch by Marshall. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about the time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange one to bring more pressure towards
Oh,
the
he didn't catch it.
and still try and cover downfield.
His tight end, Dwayne Allen, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Normally he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred loose.
The hit? What hit?
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Jordan Reed
there we
has
go.
it. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Brief break in the action here. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Rodgers again now. Hit as he throws there.
Got rid of it first.
Marshall, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield, set himself to throw the ball, and as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And again, it's Rodgers.
It's overthrown.
Out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Allen, the intended receiver. And now it's
Come on, man.
An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal.
Got it.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jordan Reed from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick
Luckily, this person sucks at running the ball as bad as I do.
We'll see if they can recoup
so far.
And recover. And on 2nd and 10 now.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Second down, Mariota. Hits his target, it's Taylor Gabriel. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area, let your quarterback hit you. This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed.
You get it.
But the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now Rodgers. Caught on the right side, Reed. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jordan Reed with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Go for it.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Mariota to throw it. And caught. Right side. Green. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. Mariota from the gun on 3rd down.
Strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually...
I already know they're about to quit.
And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
They're trying to do some bullshit.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 4th down, they snap it to Mariota. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive. Go after it.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Marshawn Lynch in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And the lead will grow by one more. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here. That's taken up close to the 40. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
Oh,
and I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half here. Mariota flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Williams. And he will be brought in. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5.
Pretty good
return, pretty good
run
position.
there.
They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A carry now for Lynch. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Dan Williams there to make the tackle.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And quickly, they get to the line. Play action now. Mariota. And this is complete. It's Allen.
Yes,
and he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
He's going to get it this time.
9 there, and it puts him in better shape here for 2nd and goal. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was get...
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks.
Well, maybe you won't quit at least.
T.Y. Hilton, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Mariota now.
Oh, big boy blocked me.
In the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick.
They're going to try it anyway. This shit's crazy. This guy's making as bad decisions as I did in the last game. Come on with it, motherfucker. Let's do it. Alright. Kick it.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play. And here they've got great field position.
Right,
and that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
There you go.
19 yards there. And the Cowboys are going to get a first down. Fresh set of downs here. They'll run with Lynch. It'll will go as a gain of 12. And it'll be first down, Cowboys.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. The other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Rodgers going to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Marshawn Lynch. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this 5?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
8 yards there on a first down.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Arlington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Second down, Mariota. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. It's the Kinkley that picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Out to the left here to Reed. And down he'll go at the 25. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. A lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this one complete to Reed. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys will come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. In motion left goes a tight end. Now Lynch. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Oh,
play number 7
running the clock out.
as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stage. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep and curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the go. Just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
Not the greatest at this game, but I can chew up some clock.
It's a real staple play for an offense on a 4th down because it's a quick hitting play. Get the ball in the hands of the quarterback right to the receiver.
And the receiver has to be ready because that's coming on a rope. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Now a handoff here to his running back, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first.
Oh, man, it's almost over. Oh, he gave up. Oh, well. Win for me. Next. The more wins you get, the cooler the shit you get. So that moves me up a little bit again. Rank up. This shit's pretty fun. Tuesday night draft picks. I did it last week. I did better though. Of course, I was playing easier people. This last opponent was about as bad as me, so that worked out. It was almost like a contest at who could suck the most. And it turns out it wasn't me this time. Holy shit. Who do we got? Who do we got?
All right, Larry, thank you. It is indeed time for a Draft Champions matchup and what is set to be a great Draft Champions matchup. In the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis.
Like
and these guys should have a huge impact on the outcome of this game. They're ready to roll. We're ready to roll.
Looks
Let's
like I'm
roll.
getting the ball first again. Can't wait. Should be real cool stuff here.
getting to know each other process is over. Time to get down to it. And we're off in week 3 of Draft Champions. This will be taken very short.
I better hurry up and pick a play. Ugh, getting a little tired here.
Rodgers now on first down. They dump it off to Lynch. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll make this a second down.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, but it gets them amped up as they go forward.
Second down now after the pass completion. Rodgers to throw on second down. Allen's got it. Over the middle. It's a gain of 5. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And they'll go on the ground. He's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
They needed 1, motherfucker. So, hey.
They go play action here on first down. Buying time to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage down.
What's this guy doing? Is he going to quit? Or is he going to roll another blunt? That's probably what he's doing. If we're lucky, he'll just quit for the hell of it. I have that happen sometimes.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is 2nd and long. On second down, here's Rodgers. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Hey, the defense is in this game as well. They wanted to make it a tough 3rd down. They were able to do so on that last play. Prevent a big gain.
Now Rodgers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball run.
Well, I think I'm going to have to punt it.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep is Emmanuel Sanders. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A big play here for Dallas. 44 yards.
If post batters often equate as a changeup route, how about when you throw it to your big guy down the center of the field? Cover or not, you have great confidence he's going to come down with the football. And when he does, as we just saw, long gains often result.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Play action. Elway. Complete to Newsom. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there are more people there to get him down.
From the red zone now, Elway on first down. He's got his target, the tight end Newsome. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his third catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding way open.
And maybe a little of both. Elway to throw on second. This is caught for a catch.
Man, it lagged right at the worst time.
Emmanuel Sanders from 10
Could have maybe made him
out,
lose
and the
the shit.
Cowboys
Nope.
have taken the early lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook, the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the
All right,
hands of
let's
the
try this shit
quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound much because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover.
Now a loose football. Coleman lost it. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. And defensively, maybe an opportunity miss there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble.
And
big sigh of relief.
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back. Rodgers to throw on second down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They dump it off to Lynch. And he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup. And it'll be a Dallas first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. Now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They go play action here on first down. That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. So after that big gain, let's see what the offense has up its sleeve. Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete.
Should almost got picked.
They were trying to go to Marshall that time. And it's second down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about
They're
their
trying to get up
lack
in
of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Time to step aside. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Come on, baby.
Another shot here from the... Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
Bullshit.
Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. in the end zone, a big-time drop.
And on the ground they go with a running back. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now Elway back into his end zone. Complete to Newsom. 23 yards on the play. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
There's a good push to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
The size, the hands.
The speed, I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Shit.
It's a pickup of 14 there. And that leads to a Dallas 1st down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards. And now a 1st down following that long gain. Here's a 1st down run with Collins. And he stopped immediately there. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 2nd down, Elway. This will be caught at the 2. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. 1st and goal from the 1 as they look to punch it in. They'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Final play of the half, it's Elway. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it somewhat. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't play it.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime. They'll throw now on the final play. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ozzie Newsome. As time expires in the first half, and the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
Shit.
So we've come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we will toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. That's where we check in with Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down. 22-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle adjustments that might be made defensively. And he's brought down after a good game. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield. Got the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
They'll indeed go for it with Elway. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go.
Well, it gives me a chance here.
And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. Rodgers now on first down. Cruz has it over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and is shy of the 30. And they're going to speed things up here.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you go lollipop it in the middle field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Everyone on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
A gain of 6 there on first.
One of the selling points of the in route is he's a quarterback, a really nice sight line to his receiver. And almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
That's caught at the 3. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line. From the 2-yard line now, it's 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Marshawn Lynch taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. And that one makes it 14-7.
All right, we got to stop him here.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well.
Oh, boy.
Back now in Tampa. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the fourth. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll come out in the pistol. Throwing now, Elway on 1st down. Deep drop. Left side here to Sanders. They pick up 12 on
what?
the
I should have
and they
intercepted
move
that
the
shit.
chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Off the play fake, Elway. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position, now really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
On 4th down, Elway. And they hit it as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the
chance
turf.
to tie right here, baby.
Now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. Feel good about themselves. They think their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
One-handed, baby.
18 yards on the pickup there.
I don't know how that wasn't a pick.
Dallas 1st down.
It's not even who I wanted to throw it to, but shit, it worked.
Catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become
out of
prevalent,
bounds.
just in general?
I think in the 80s, I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that, but a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you wear when you diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
And, of course, the quarterback in this situation realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. They come out here in the eye, and they'll go with a ground attack here. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, Rodgers over the middle and caught by the tight end play. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to hurt tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it.
Come on, let's get that 1st down.
Really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And this is complete. It's Marshall. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
He's back to throw. That's caught at the 1. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Now Rodgers gotta have that one. That's
fuck. Not gonna get it.
They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. Here's Elway. The Hall of Famer Ozzie Newsome, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Elway. He's got Ozzie Newsome.
You gotta be shitting me.
Gain of 9, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. A gutsy decision there, going for it on 4th, but they got it, and that likely puts an end to this one.
Indeed, it was gutsy because there's so many other options they probably could have exercised in that situation, but they bet on themselves, and it paid off.
Wide open receiver complete. A gain of 39 that time.
Well, that was it. Another loss.
Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your...
Damn it. Wait a minute. Go to items. What do we get in the pro pack, huh? A shitty center. We'll just put him in the trade-in set. Shitty ass quarterback. Have no need for him. Three quick sale packs, I'll take them, fuck it. Man, they are proud of these fucking tickets. Lord. Well, shit, it's almost 4 a.m. I gotta go to bed, so. Anyway, that means I am done for the night. Have a good one, and I will try to, do some more streaming whenever I get a chance. But for now, I'm done. So, that is a wrap.